Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ballpark.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to beautiful Crawfordsville baseball field, where we're broadcasting live for all you tuned in on the internet around the world. We're here to get started with the Athenian Invitational today. The teams are getting ready to be announced, so we'll set the stage here. It's going to be Crawfordsville against the Franklin Central Flashes in the first game, and then Carmel versus Bedford North Lawrence in the second game today.
Your Class 3A, number 1 ranked Crawfordsville Athenians.
So here we'll let you guys tune in to the starting lineups.
Starting lineups for Game 1. Leading off for the Flashes, the right fielder, number 3, Jeremy Knott. Batting second, the designated hitter, number 20, Jared Gillespie. Gillespie will be hitting for shortstop, number 8, Nate Wilson. Batting third, the third baseman, number 10, Michael Stonebreaker. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 12, Cade Fitzpatrick. Batting fifth,
in case you hadn't gathered, very windy here at the ballpark this morning.
Sixth, the first baseman, number 17, Neil Schmidlin. Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 15, Colton Meredith. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 2, Matt Southwood. And batting ninth, the left fielder, number 4, Ethan McDaniel. The Flashes are coached by Mr. John Rocky.
All right, next up here is going to be your Crawfordsville Athenians.
And now the starting lineup for your Crawfordsville Athenians. Leading off, the starting pitcher, number 8, Trent Johnson.
No surprise there, Trent taking the bump.
The left fielder, number 5, Carson Scott.
Carson Scott.
Batting third, the right fielder, number 27, Caden Jones.
Caden Jones in right, batting third.
Cleanup, the third baseman, number 23, Chase Dowell.
Chase Dowell.
Fifth, the center fielder, number 20, Josh Blackburn. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 12, Cale Wendelin.
Cale Wendelin.
Wendelin will be hitting for catcher, number 19, Sammy Riddle.
Riddle behind the hit plate.
The second baseman, number 4, Peyton Abney. And batting eighth, the first baseman, number 21, Will Kellerman. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 2, Brendan Dowell.
Bringing up the tail there, Brendan Dowell.
These are coached by Mr. John Froge. He is assisted by Rhett Welliver, Tony Bean, Tommy Coy, Daryl Hobson, Connor Smith, and Brandon Froge. Today's veteran umpiring crew consists of Mr. Mark Maxwell, Mike DeBoy, Steve Hoffman, and Darren Haas.
We'll let you listen to the national anthem here.
The American flag located in right field. At this time, the IHSAA and the Crawfordsville Community School Corporation invite you to please stand and remove your caps as we honor the United States of America. Let's play Athenian baseball.
All right, well, let's play ball. This is Aaron Wendell, and I'm joined today in the booth by Jim Johnson from the Journal-Review, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And so we're going to get you through this game today and hopefully get to see a lot of good baseball. Great day, like I said, a little bit windy, but the sun has actually come out. little bit of haze up there, but all things considered, just a great day, and hopefully we'll get to see a lot of good baseball to go along with it.
Two number one teams. We ought to see some good ball today, and could shape up for a nice evening too, baseball.
Yeah, hopefully. If probably the only thing you'd change if you're in the outfield is you might want a little bit less of a swirling wind.
Yeah.
Looks like we're blowing from right to left as on your camera here. So, but if you happen to do catch some of the flags there on the outfield fence, you can see that it's swirling. If a guy gets any elevation on a ball, that would be the only thing that would be of any concern. The field looks like it's in great shape. No surprise there. One of the marquee facilities in all of high school baseball here in Indiana.
Well, we talked before we came on the air about this wind. I'm not sure exactly how strong it is, how it could really benefit some of the hitters if they catch it at the right time, but how can that affect an outfielder and cause problems there?
Well, when the ball gets up there, you can sometimes it just plays a little havoc as it loses a little bit of its velocity there and starts to get blown around towards the end. The other thing, if it's strong enough, you can get actually a little bit of aid to the batter as far as distance as well. So, won't get into the physics of it, but it's just you just get a little bit of a tailwind there on a ball, and it helps push it along a little bit. So, anyway. All right, well, we're ready to get started here, and leading off for the Flashes is
Jeremy Knott.
Glad you got him because he's not in the program. Number 3. And Trent Johnson fires the first one in there for strike 1, up early in the count. Pitch just a little inside, squirts past Sam Riddle there behind the plate. That one's fouled back, so Trent quickly up ahead, count 1 and 2.
The right fielder, Jeremy Knott.
And swing and a miss. So Trent picks up right where he left off the other night against Tri-West with the strikeout. Brings up
designated hitter Jared Gillespie.
Number 20, Gillespie, again, not unless they've got different uniforms here. Not again, another one not on my program.
Well, he's 7 hits on the season for him. He's their offensive leader for the Flashes.
Little blooper over there. Dow gets past him, so squirts through. Not much of a hit, but it still is a hit. So 1 away and 1 on.
The third baseman, Michael Stonebreaker.
Brings up number 10, Michael Stonebreaker.
First glance at their stats, I forget that Crawfordsville's played quite a bit more baseball than a lot of other teams so far this year. Franklin Central 0-4 going into this game.
Well, I do know, that's one of the things in talking to some of the fans over at Tri-West, that's we were their 4th game of the year, and we're already double digits today with this game right here. So certainly helps taking the spring break trip, see some good competition a little bit, and get the guys a little bit further along in their season.
Yeah, this is Franklin Central's 5th game. Carmel's playing their 6th game today when they play Bedford North Lawrence, who is 7-1 going into this game. It didn't look like they had a tournament that they played like Crawfordsville did, but they were able to get some games in early on.
Yeah. Trent behind in the count here. Fires one in there on the inside half. Stonebreaker comes around on it, but fouls it back, so leaves the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Yeah, down. You might have also some issue there with maybe Bedford had their spring break or something a little bit different. Maybe they were able to get their season rolling a little bit. Nice breaking pitch from Trent. Drops in there for strike 2. Stonebreaker, a stocky kid, but swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts for Johnson already, so very much keeping up with his average for the season. I think he's probably averaging actually over 2 strikeouts per
the catcher, Cade Fitzpatrick.
inning. Umpire there giving the sign to the dugout. He needs them to keep their feet in the dugout, yeah. So.
Yeah, that last strikeout, actually 43 on the season for Trent. He leads the state overall in all classes.
Yep, fires another one in there.
43 there. Who do we have? Fitzpatrick, another one of their offensive leaders, 5 hits on the season, 5 RBI.
Runner, and throw is wide. Dowell games the runner just a little bit, but comes up with it and fields it cleanly. Took a look out there to center field, see if the runner would maybe step off the bag and Dowell could get him, but didn't bite. So leaves the count 1 ball, 2 strikes with a runner on second. That ball's up, evens the count, 2-2. No attempt to hold the runner, and another strikeout.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left.
So, good clean baseball there from Trent Johnson. Guys got to see at least one come through the field now. Get through the first 4 batters without issue. So we'll see now if the Athenians can get their offense going, if they can carry on like they did the way they finished the game against Tri-West the other night. Could see a lot of runs scored over the course of a game. So absolutely just blew the lid off of the hitting the baseball the other night. So anyway,
hopefully it doesn't come down to that late in the game. But
no, we'd like to a little less drama in both the games this week against Tri-West. The Athenians, I don't want to say struggled, but we made some uncharacteristic errors, and again just kind of waiting for the offense to get going here, and luckily once it did, it really took off. So
Franklin Central, obviously not a team that we're real familiar with, but then their 4 losses, just kind of looking through the box scores, it seems like teams kind of jump on them early, score some runs there in the first 1 or 2 innings and take a nice lead, and hopefully we can jump on them here today.
Yeah.
And we talk about the wind, what it does for the hitter, what it does for the outfield, but what about a pitcher? How can that pitching into it, or is there enough of a backstop here that it what could it do for a pitcher in that case?
Probably the only game I've seen where the wind would actually affect the pitching from my perspective, that was last year we played over at Fountain Central, and I think the guys were throwing into about an 80-mile-an-hour wind, and it was all of probably 40 degrees on top of it. So that was brutal. I think probably most of the time it's, with a gust or something like that, you might get a little bit. But with as hard as most guys throw in high school, you're really not going to see anything from a perspective like that. Maybe just occasionally just might mess with you a little bit if you're from a balance perspective. If you're getting that gust when you're trying to come set, some things like that, just more adjusting your motion. So,
Johnson.
Starting off for the Athenians be Trent Johnson, having a good year at the plate. Ball's up. Signals come in from Coach Froge. I would imagine that Trent's got the green light at this point. He sees a pitch that he likes. He can hit it.
8 hits, 3 RBI, and a double here for Trent so far this season.
He might be taken on this one. We've seen obviously, we've seen 1 high and 1 low. There's one right down the pipe. So it's 25 on the bump. Chris Ford, senior for the Flashes. Trent finds that one. No, it's going to hook just foul. So Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hit the ball a long way. He hit one like that the other night against Tri-West. Caught right at the fence by the right fielder from the Bruins. So Trent working on his little oppo action here. Good crowd already for early in the morning.
Ford, their pitcher, this is just his 3rd inning pitching this year, of course.
Ooh, just a bit high and outside.
Of course, like we said, not a whole lot of games there for Franklin Central so far. Carmel walking in now behind us.
There's Trent. That might be trouble. That's down. It drops. Little bloop. About 20 feet back into the grass behind second base. So nice job there to get there. Out comes the jacket to keep our starting pitcher warm. It's
the left fielder, Carson Scott.
Brings up Carson Scott, the freshman, playing left field for the Athenians this year. Good set of wheels here from Carson. He can drive the ball if he has to. Thank you very much for the water, gentlemen. You're all right, no matter what Duggar says about you. So, anyway.
Scott, 8 hits, 5 RBI, 7 runs this year for the Athenians.
Good set of wheels. Snap throw down to first base. Johnson dives back in, safe. So, squared around a bunt in case you didn't see that on the video there. Was ball 1 was the call. Throw over. Fairly quick move over there from Ford. Johnson, but back quickly. Safe. Okay, we got first base in the shot there. So nice bunt. Carson hustling down. Little flip over from Ford to the first baseman, number 17, Neil Schmidlin. So Carson Scott does his job, sacrifices himself to move a runner into scoring position. Up comes Caden Jones, who, again, this year has been an RBI machine.
17 for Crawfordsville, off 12 hits here.
Yeah.
2 doubles.
Yeah, absolutely lighting the ball up here these last couple games. Seeing it very well, I'd say. Always dangerous when he steps in the box. Really no attempt to hold Trent. Oh, a little oppo action. That gets down. Trent's going to score on that. Oh, misplayed by the left fielder. Caden hustles in. Nice job for a double and an RBI. So, maybe we're seeing the pattern repeat itself here with Franklin Central. We've jumped on them early. 1 out and 1 run scored and a man in scoring position. Caden Jones hustling around off the misplayed ball.
The third baseman, Chase Dowell.
Brings up Chase Dowell, and Chase's last at bat over at Tri-West on Thursday night. If he would have hit the ball any harder, I'm pretty sure it would have gone into orbit. And, hit the ball over the 375 sign in left field, and it was high enough hit. I thought that maybe there would be a play on it, and it cleared the fence easily. I don't know what Chase's batting average is right now, but he's got to be towards the top for the Athenians as well. He's really driving the ball these last probably 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, 370. He's got 10 hits, 8 RBI, 4 doubles. Having a good year so far.
Yeah. Chase really dual threat, from what he can do behind the plate and when he's out there defensively and working off the bump as well. So just a complete player for the Athenians in his junior year. Long foul ball over the right field fence there for Dowell. It falls behind the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Little of an attempt there to hold Caden on, not much. He's got a pretty good lead. Nice shot. Nice snare but the throw. Punches him out. Nice hustle by Dow. I thought he was going to get there. So, nice play by the shortstop there. Number 8, Nate Wilson, sophomore for the Flashes.
The center fielder, Josh Blackburn.
Briggs X sophomore Josh Blackburn steps into the box. Caden 90 feet away from what would be another run for the Athenians. Hopefully he can find a little daylight out there. Big gap. Second baseman playing over more towards first. In there, low strike one. Ball outside. I'm not sure if that's an attempt at some type of a breaking ball. Looks like he's trying to get a little bit of movement off of it. Caden conservative off the lead here. Blackburn fouls one back. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. Choke up here and hopefully be able to find a little patch of green out there, maybe in right center. If we do this just right. I'd like to give Trent a little more cushion. Smacks one, but straight at the shortstop and fires it over, and the Athenians don't go quietly. 1 run off 2 hits and an error. So I think they probably scored that in error out there on the left field that allowed Caden to advance. But so after 1 here at Crawfordsville, the Athenians 1, Franklin Central Flashes 0. Wind really starting to pick up, Jim.
Yeah, it was dying down there for a little bit. I thought we were going to get a little bit of a break there.
There you go. Looking for that?
Yeah, thank you. The pitcher coming up, first batter for us here.
All right.
Ford, Schmidlin, and Meredith. We do have a pretty good crew out here. I don't know this guy down first base. Do you know him?
No, I didn't recognize any of the names, actually. I'm sure I've probably seen them, but I generally don't pay attention to them unless I'm doing the broadcast. And so, a couple guys I recognize from Legion Ball as well, but that's... Ford steps in. Chops one. That ball ends up going foul. Riddle picks it up. So Trent, again, out early on the batters. Ford, a big guy. You would think with Franklin Central being the size of the school system that it is, they would have a pretty good selection of athletes for the baseball team. There's one chopped again towards third base. Trent barehands it, fires it over, gets a nice scoop by Will Kellerman. Good job by Trent. That ball had to be right there, and it was. Will makes a nice, just outstanding stretch to scoop that, keeps his foot on the bag. So, good defense. Fouls one back, number 17. Junior for the Flashes. Drives one straight at Brenda Dowell. Feels it cleanly. Fires over. Just like that. 2 away. So if the Athenians hopefully get comfortable with being back in the friendly confines of Athenian Field here. A little sloppy baseball over there Thursday at Tri-West. Don't want to make excuses, but that's one of the poorest fields that we'll play on all year. Same for everybody, but we ended up that game with 5 errors. So hopefully the guys will clean it up today and get back to Athenian baseball. Another chopper back at Dowell. Feels it cleanly, fires one over. And again, just like that, 1, 2, 3, the Flashes go quietly. So did get around on the ball, but no damage done. Nice job by Johnson to induce some kind of routine ground balls to the shortstop there. So...
Now, those 2 games last week, what do the Athenians take from that overall, do you think?
I think one thing is probably from a focus standpoint, you can't let up. I was a little surprised that they, as far as the conditions weren't ideal and we got a little sloppy. The other thing is maybe don't take your foot off the gas because any team can get lucky. I don't think that Tri-West was particularly driving the ball. Watching that game, there was a lot of I'm just going to stick my bat out there and slap at it. Right. But it ended up being a lot of balls hit to gaps, and the other thing is just compete every pitch, every play. Make the decision that you're going to, you're going to field this ball if it's hit to you. You're going to get a hit when your team needs it, those kinds of things. And, luckily for the Athenians, they found enough of heart, I guess, to come all the way through. I think it would have been easy to go, man, these guys, we keep knocking them down and they stand up. What's the punch going to have to be that finally knocks them out? And Tri-West battled all the way to the end. And so I think the takeaway there is that's the team that you need to be, is that if you can put a team away, put them away. If not, fight to the last pitch. Use every out they give you. So
we have the DH, Kill Windeland, coming up. He's at bat right now.
Leading off for your Athenians, the designated hitter, Cale Windeland.
Kill having a decent year this year, stepping in, doing a nice job putting the ball in play, helping out however he can. Takes strike on the outside half of the plate. See if he can. He was 3 for 5 the other night over at Tri-West. Don't want anything to do with that outside pitch. Gets the sign from Coach Froge. Steps back in. That's high. 2-1. Kale's a guy that's not going to swing at a lot of bad pitches, so finds his way on base. If it has to be by walk, he'll take that. Fouls that one off. The outside half. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Choke up and hopefully put a ball in play here. Get a base hit. And as the pattern has gone for him this year, hit by a pitch. That is his 5th one for the year, leading the team in that particular category, breaking the tie with Blackburn. And I can attest firsthand. He's got some pretty good black and blue marks. But that's been a pattern. His nickname coming up has been Ball Magnet. So absolutely, there's a couple of his former coaches still call him that when they see him. So it's just the way it's been. Brings Peyton Abney up, so nobody out and 1 on. Ooh, must have been a little bit low. Looked like that caught enough of the plate, but umpire didn't see it that way. Might have a hit and run on here. No. Abney fouls one back. Abney, with his second year of starting and his third year of varsity experience, he got to do some as a freshman. See if he can make something happen here, one way or another. Get on or move Wendell at least over to second. Shows bunt, snap, throw back down. Wendell back in there safely. Probably needed to get a little bit lower on the slide back. Kind of got caught there. Good throw by the catcher. Pitch was called a ball, so it's 2 balls, 1 strike. I'm sure he'll take. Oh, misplayed. Still picked up by the first baseman and tossed over. Advances Wendell into second. A swinging bunt there by Abney, I guess, for lack of a better term.
The first baseman, Will.
Brings up Kellerman, having a good year at the plate. He's kind of dual purpose. He's done his fair share of bunting to move guys around, as well as done a good job driving the ball. He's hit some nice shots. Squares around the bunt, pulls it back. Probably just an opportunity for Coach Froge to see how the Flashes would play that type of situation. Third baseman stayed home if that didn't show up on the camera, so probably told Coach what he needed to know about this particular situation. Second baseman standing on the bag with Wendell out there. Conservative. Wendell hearing the footsteps behind him. Coach Froge giving him a little bit of advice here. I'm sure we don't want to squander an opportunity. 1 out and a runner in scoring position. Takes an extra step this time, but nothing. Kellerman fouls one off over the Athenian dugouts, over towards the concession stand. Everybody in the crowd is safe on that one. So Kellerman falls behind in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody holding him. Wendell. Nice job by Kellerman. That's good. If it dropped, nope. Nice job. Thought that was going to find a little bit of grass there, but didn't. Nice job by the right fielder stepping over, so that puts 2 away. Wendell still at second base. Brings up the 9-hitter, Brendan Dowell. Really kind of using Brendan as a second leadoff hitter this year at the bottom of the order. He's one of the fastest, if not the fastest guy on the team, and no trouble driving the ball, so gets a good opportunity. If he can get on, then Trent can move him around. He can fouls the first pitch back. Brendan has no trouble scoring from first base on a well-hit ball. Nobody holding Wendell on there. Playing a little bit of a game there with the pitcher for the Flashes. Keeping him preoccupied with the bag versus the batter. Maybe we can get a sweet pitch here. That ball is up. Evens count, 1-1. Coach Froge telling Brendan something you can drive. Want something in your wheelhouse here. The ball's outside. Another ball outside. 3-1 count. Yeah, Coach Froge tells him, it's got to be yours if this one right here. Something that'll poke the ball out there and Wendell can score on. Cale's been working on his strength and his speed, so be an opportunity to see what's happened here. Oh, Dowell takes a cut, misses. Ball on the outside half of the plate. Oppo action would be nice, but we'll see here. So, full count. Wendell will be leaving on the release of the pitch here. Yep. Dowell fouls that one off, and luckily for the softball team, they do not have a game this morning, so they're not having to deal with the rain of foul balls. Dow is scattering on them. Johnson on deck, hoping to get an opportunity. Dow asks for time. Game within the game here. Cat and mouse between the batter and the pitcher. Dow swings over the top of that one and strands Wendelin at second base.
No errors and 1 left.
So after 2 innings, the score is still 1-0 Athenians.
Well, I'm sorry.
I would say I'm going to turn it over to Jim now to walk you through the next couple innings here.
Speaking of the game within the game, obviously this year a little bit more of a strategy with the pitch count rule. And Crawfordsville obviously has the depth to not have a problem with the Western Boone series coming up next week, but is there a little bit more strategy? Does it change the way that they approach today than they normally would?
Well, I think it's one of those things, you got to win the game in front of it. You don't want to play for the next game. So the goal is to win this one to get to the championship. Now, obviously, if they could do that without running up a bunch of pitches on Johnson, and be able to bring him back for the championship game, even if it's maybe just to shut down the last inning or two, that would be awesome. Because I would assume that it'll be a little bit of by committee for the second game, no matter what. Because Chase Dowell threw enough that he is not available today. So we'll see. The rest of the Athenian bullpen come into play. That'll be. Is Brendan Dowell getting the start? I didn't get a chance
for the next game.
Yeah, I wonder. They probably haven't announced it yet, so
I
wouldn't be surprised. Brendan, maybe tried to overthrow just a little bit, and then had the errors behind him, and so they made the decision to go ahead and bring Chase in and just take care of getting the conference win and save some pitches on Brendan's arm, and so he's available to everybody but Chase would be available today. So, from a strategy standpoint, I think that's probably about all that you're thinking today is, again, Johnson out early with the first pitch strike, and that's just about every
pitch,
every batter he's faced so far he's got out in front of, and that's what you want to do. That ball's outside.
At Southwood, we have the second baseman at bat for Franklin Central right now.
So far, I don't know what the count's been, but it's had Johnson's been fairly efficient. That one's going to drop. Dow makes a nice job, decides better of it, and we'll just leave the runner at first base. Maybe we can get a double play out of that one. I think the Athenians have probably turned probably 3 or 4 different double plays this year already. So
have they really?
Yeah, they've defensively. We saw probably some of the best defense they played was down on the Tennessee trip. If you go back and watch those videos on the YouTube channel, you'll see just some outstanding defense from the guys. I think we might have turned 3 double plays while we were down there. He's got a chance. Nope. Ball bounces around, and Johnson throws it over Kellerman's head. It's going to send the runners. Are going to try to score on that one. Nope. Franklin Central coach decides better of it, holds him up. So on the error there by Johnson, allows the runners to advance to second and third. So that would have been number 4. Was that who hit that?
Yeah.
The right fielder, Jeremy Knott.
So we're back at the top of the lineup here
okay.
For Franklin Central.
Knott struck out his first at bat. Fouls that one off. That's a shot over towards the Athenian football field and concession stand. So again, Johnson out early on the 0-1 count. Ball squirts away from Riddle. 1-1. Looked like a good pitch, but sometimes you don't get the benefit of the doubt when the umpire doesn't get a chance to see where it ends up. That one, no doubt on that one. And takes kind of a half-hearted cut at it. I'm sure that had a little bit of movement on it. It's kind of the swinging and backing out all at the same time for the lefty. Ooh, looked like that caught a little bit of the outside plate. Umpire disagreed. 2-2 count. That one's high and outside. Full count. Runners on second and third. Nobody out. Again, looks like the ball slips away from Johnson there just a little bit. It's high and outside. Loads the bases with nobody out. So Johnson's gotten himself into a little bit of a jam here with the error and now the walk. Load the bases.
Hitter Jared Gillespie.
Singled last at bat here.
Yeah, this was
shortstop.
little.
Or did it go just beyond him there?
Just a little dinker out there to second base. It got there slow enough that the guys basically hit it right over second base and split the middle between Abney and Dow, and then was able to beat out the throw. Actually, there was no throw on that. I think Dow just held it. Drives that one foul into the... just about got the spectator there. Off the roof of the clubhouse there, back down into the walkway. So Johnson out early here, the 0-2 count. Strike three. Nice job. Now we'll see if maybe Johnson can induce the double play. Pitcher's best friend here.
Michael Stonebreaker at bat.
Michael Stonebreaker.
Struck out his last at bat. He went around on that one. Johnson is showing why he's leading the state in strikeouts. He's got really probably three pitches that he can throw consistently for strikes, and then he can bring the breaking ball. He can drop it in there in the dirt if he needs to as well. That one's in there. So probably Trent's strength is definitely the velocity on his fastball, but he's been throwing that curveball since he was about 11. Been able to throw it both ways. There he gets him. Strike three. So 2 away. Johnson padding his stats, competing here. I'm sure he's the kind of guy, kind of player that feels as bad about that guy standing on third as anybody, and then the guy on second as well, because he knows those are his. Foul ball, fielded cleanly by the Franklin Central third base coach. Coach Welver coming out for a chat here.
We mentioned the Western Boone series coming up next week. We talked before the game about Western Boone, new coach for them. Jordan Kleindienst was an assistant at Zionsville actually before coming up to Western Boone. Played college ball at Franklin.
Okay.
High school days at Lebanon.
Okay, well, familiar with the conference then for sure, and if he's had an opportunity to see baseball at Franklin and at Zionsville, he's got an opportunity, I'm sure, to learn even more than what he got to see playing for Coach Cosgrave over there at Lebanon. So, number 12 steps back into the box. Woo! Massive cut, and Johnson just throws it right by him there with the high heat. So behind 0-2 in the count here, I would assume we'll probably see the breaking ball. Definitely nothing he can hit. outside, trying to get him to chase a pitch. Johnson's got a few to mess with him here. A few pitches to give. Two pitches, definitely nothing. The goal here is to get the out at the easy way with the strikeout. So Trent still way up on the 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. Foul tip. Squirts away from Riddle. Johnson says, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?" Trading baseballs there. And the count's still 2-2. 2 outs. 2's all the way around here. Three straight balls. Again, Johnson trying to make sure that he doesn't have to bring a ball in there into the too close to anything that can be driven. So full count. Runners moving. And no. Said he did not go around. Said he held that up. So Johnson issues his second walk of the inning. And that ties the score, 1 apiece. And in the top of the 3rd inning.
Courtesy runner at first base is number 6, Bryce Healy. Now batting the pitcher, Chris Ford.
Brings up the pitcher, Ford here. Looking to help his own cause for the Flashes. So bases loaded, 2 out. Score tied at 1 in the top of the 3rd inning. Ball hit well, but hit foul, so just a long strike.
He had that little hit down the third baseline there last inning. Where Trent threw it and Kellerman stretched out to get it there.
Yep. Little blooper there between pitcher and third, so Johnson working with the 0-1 count here. That ball hit towards Dow. Can't field it. Again, a little bit of the bobbles there. That's twice this inning we've seen the guys almost like they're trying to handle a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Johnson had that happen, and now Dow's had that happen. So another error by the Athenians brings in another run, and we're still in a bases-loaded pickle here. The good news is the Athenians have shown that they can battle back from a larger deficit than this. So
yeah. Good lessons to learn.
Yeah, it's good
lesson. Good game to have those lessons.
Early in the season, work these things out, kind of figure out how you're going to come back from adversity. This ball chopped towards Dow. He's going to fire this one over to Kellerman. Easily an out right there. So Franklin Central makes the most of the opportunities that the Athenians gave them there with the errors and scoring 2 runs, Jim. So it'll be, Dowell struck out at the bottom of the 2nd, so that'll bring up the top of the order for the Athenians. So we're moving through the order well to get through in 2 innings to get all the way around. So we'll see again this second time the Athenian batters will get to see was it Ford? Is that his name, the pitcher? Yeah. So see if maybe they can make some adjustments here and we can drive the ball and score some more runs. But we're down 1 here, heading into the bottom of the 3rd. If you can talk and do the book at the same time, I'll let you take the bottom half here.
Sounds good. I'll look at that. top of the batting order here for Crawfordsville. Trent Johnson coming to the plate. Carson Scott on deck.
Leading off for your Athenians, the pitcher, Trent Johnson.
Singled in his last out bat to a hit to left field there for Crawfordsville to get things started in the first inning.
A little earlier in the game for the Athenians to be trying to work the pitch count, I would think, but I'm sure they'll want to be looking for their pitch here. Johnson asks for time and is granted it and steps out.
Ball high there, 1-1 count here for Crawfordsville.
Oh, that's down. Nope.
Nope, fly out to center field.
That's probably one where the wind actually probably aided the fielder on that one. It looked like that was gonna get there. That might have got a little boost from the wind, Jim, to kind of
the left fielder,
blow it to
Carson
him.
Scott.
Carson Scott,
Sacrifice
bunt, yeah.
Now he might be bunting for the opportunity to get on base.
Well, you said he had some wheels.
He's definitely got some, and he can hit from both sides of the plate. Switch hitter, just a freshman.
Really?
Yep. Just a little bit hard though, and keeps his foot on the bag. A little bit of a squirrely throw there from the pitcher, but so 2 away. Like to see him put that ball a little bit more down towards the third baseline or the first baseline. So.
Last at bat, they didn't actually officially give him a double on that, did they? They put an error.
Yeah.
Angle and an error.
Yeah. Yeah, the left fielder misplayed that ball out there, went to pick it up, and it fell out of his hands. And Caden didn't take his foot off the gas and hustled over to second. Ball's up. Nice job by Caden laying off of that.
So we got a 2-0 count.
And this will be the take on the 3-0, I'm sure. No green light here. We need the runners. Free ride for Kane Jones on 4 straight pitches. So this is where, just from a discipline standpoint, as far as Crawfordsville baseball, Coach Froge he's going to beat you with the basics. If you're going to make a mistake and you're going to put a guy on, or give a guy a 3-0 count, he's going to make you play fundamental, solid baseball to beat the Crawfordsville Athenians.
Chase Dow, the third baseman at bat here for Crawfordsville. Hit to third base, last at bat in the first inning.
Pitch is low. Must have been low again. Looked like it caught the inside third of the plate there. So 6 straight balls from Ford on the mound there. Chase takes a healthy cut at that one. That's down.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, he snagged that one, didn't he?
Oh, my goodness. Hats off to the right fielder on that. Full horizontal extension.
And 1 left.
So a fly out to right field.
That's just good baseball right there. Good defense. So Franklin Central was able to put 2 up on the top of the third and then come back and hold the Athenians.
So what's your approach now? We go into the gave up the lead last inning. Couldn't scratch a runner across this inning. What's our approach now?
Well, at this point, you're going to leave Johnson out there to keep doing his things. Tell the defense do what they know how to do. I mean, it's not the first time they've been in this situation. They've been down before. They know they've got to tighten it up, play good ball behind Trent, give the workhorse the opportunity to do what he does best, and some confidence that if he does have to give up a pitch where a guy puts a ball in play, that they're going to help him out. They got his 6, as they say, but. I think this is it's only 1 run. You need one to tie it and 2 to win, and we can score 2 runs very easily. The way the guys are swinging the bat, so.
Colton Meredith coming up to bat here for Franklin Central here to start the 4th inning.
Ground out to the shortstop his last at bat.
The center fielder, Colton Meredith.
Ball inside. Nothing but sailboat fuel on that one for Meredith. Yes, he did.
Maybe get a strikeout here and settle into a little bit of a groove again.
Yeah, get back into that like he was, as the way he started off there in the first 2 innings. Nice job by Riddle coming up with that and firing down to first, so 1 away. And the good news there, again, we talked about this a little bit earlier in the broadcast, Jim, is trying to conserve Trent's arm as much as we can. So
Matt Southwood, he's the one that singled, got things started in that last inning. Scored their first run to tie the game there in the 3rd. Foul ball to start.
Strike 2. And strike 3. Ball pops out on Riddle there. He's able to tag the runner. So 3 pitches. Sends another one down. Launches one deep to center field. See if that's a home run. Trent's 2nd home run he's given up of the year. So kind of a ball kind of on the, I'd say on the inside half of the plate and a little bit low. And first pitch, and he absolutely just clubbed that one.
Yeah.
Into a little bit of a golf swing on it, but lifted that one out. So that Franklin Central picks up another run. I guess the good news is it didn't cost Trent a lot of pitches.
Right.
Silver lining there. Sure, no consolation to Trent.
We're at the top of the batting order here for Franklin Central.
Yeah.
Jeremy Knott walked last inning, struck out there in the 1st.
Low and outside. trying to demonstrate to the umpire that that's where he meant to throw it. Is it basically the exact same pitch, trying to catch a little bit of the front corner of the plate there. Blue's not going to give it to him. Brings that one a little bit closer and leaves no doubt. Good command there from Johnson, trying to keep it on the outside part of the plate. Nope, that one slips away from him. Behind in the count, 3-1.
Not very often he's been behind in the count this game, is it?
No. That's a laser into the fence there on the behind third base. Well, slaps at it. Dowell charges, makes a nice play. Gets it over, and again, a good stretch by Kellerman. So, good wheels there. So, as you can hear the rest of the broadcast team lamenting about Kellerman having to make that stretch, but that's twice today. Just been absolutely brilliant out there on the bag. So, helping his teammates out, sacrificing his body there a little bit, and just say. Shudder to think what that would do to most people's body, but I guess when you play
trying to get up there,
first base, it is what it is. You got to do it. So we get what? Blackburn, Wendelin, and Abney. Blackburn's been doing a nice job hitting the ball. Most of what he's hit's been, just nice, hard hits through the gaps there, finding grass a lot of the time. He's not driving the ball to the fence per se or anything like that. Just nice, clean line drives. Just a sophomore, starting here in his second full year of varsity, so played left field last year, bumped over to center this year with the graduation of Sam Lucas, who I saw running through the crowd earlier on this Easter weekend. So I assume that's why a lot of the recent alums are back in town from the long weekend for most colleges and the holiday to come back and enjoy some family time. And while they're at it, catch up on the Crawfordsville baseball team. Good crowd here today.
Perfect day for baseball.
A lot of blue, though. I'm looking at the Bedford North Lawrence fans might feel a little bit out of place wearing navy. Everybody else has got royal blue on between Carmel, Crawfordsville, and Franklin Central. So. Ball inside.
Looked like the same pitch.
Just a little bit more plate that time. Looks like Blackburn wasn't sure about that one. Decided late to take a cut. Ball's up. Even the count, 2-2. Good at bat here. Fouled that one off. Low, but definitely a strike. Outside pitch, Blackburn takes a cut at it. Strike out there. So one away. Wendelin steps towards the plate. plunked his first at bat for the 5th time this year.
What did you say his nickname was?
Ball Magnet.
Ball Magnet.
He's basically become the walking bruise.
What's his college plans?
Kel's going to be going to Rose-Hulman this fall.
Is he?
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. Thinking he's going to study biomedical engineering and maybe throw in a little chemistry on top of it. So he's interested in trying to get involved in something to do with engineering and the healthcare type of setup. Just about caught him on the arm. Yeah.
Well, all that stuff sounds a little over my head. Not sure what the
conversation about the count here. Trying to see if it hit him or not, I think. For me, it looked like it caught his sleeve. I think Coach Froge was, hey, if it catches you, you need to take the step. Don't give the umpire a question on that. So it's 2-1. I think Cale thought that it hit him, and that's why he slapped the bat, because I know he's going to want to hit the ball. Saws him off there a little bit, takes it over to the shortstop. Wendell hustles down, can't quite make it. So 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th for the Athenians. Brings Abney up.
The second baseman, Peyton Abney.
He
grounded out there to the first baseman.
Oh, yeah, the swinging bunt that moved Wendell over to second in the last inning. Or no, I'm sorry, that was the second inning. Foul back. Evens count. Got all that one. Left fielder stumbling. He's lost it. There's where that wind probably played havoc. So Abney, nice job driving a ball deep there all the way to the warning track. Basically landed at the base of the fence there in left center. So 2 away and a runner on second.
Will Kellerman coming up to the bat for Crawfordsville. Be nice.
The first baseman, Will Kellerman.
Get a couple more guys on base before we get to the top of the batting order.
Yeah, see if Willie can drive the ball. Abney runs well, so not unreasonable to think he could score on a single. Outfield's playing fairly deep for the fly. Oh, Kellerman gets under that one. That ball was inside. I'm sure he'd like to have that one back. But, again, oh, no.
No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left.
So an opportunity, but came a little bit too late in the inning, I guess, for the Athenians really to capitalize on it. So Strand Abney off the nice hit out there at second base. And that might have been one, the wind might have actually blown that a little bit to the deeper part because it's actually switched now, at least when I look at well, now it's back to blowing him. It might have been blowing it out, so who knows, Jim?
Yeah.
One of those things that's...
it's really died down, too, suddenly.
Yeah. No change on the defense for the Athenians. No surprise there. By chance, do you have a guesstimate on Trent's count?
Yeah.
40, 45, 55, 61. Is that what I'm adding up there across the bottom?
Yeah.
51 pitches, well within his wheelhouse. So at this point, you think that they'll probably let Trent go all the way here at this point. We're top of the 5th inning.
Their designated hitter, Jared Gillespie.
He's got that kind of dribbler single to second base in the 1st inning and then struck out his next at bat. Swing and a miss. Comes off the end of Riddle's glove. Coach Welver hustling out to grab the ball. Trying to coax a swing out of big number 20. No can do. I'm not chasing that. Bring me something I can hit. Fouls it off of himself. Riddle comes up with that. So another strikeout for Johnson.
Michael Stonebreaker coming up to bat here for Crawfordsville, struck out twice.
The third baseman, Michael Stonebreaker.
Two pitches, 2 strikes. See the strike. Two up, 2 down. Johnson, nice and boring at this point.
The catcher, Cade Fitzpatrick.
He's got a strikeout and a walk, if my notes are correct here.
Yeah.
I think this was the walk in the last inning where Trent jumped out early, 2-0, and then refused to give Fitzpatrick anything that he could hit, and ended up walking him when it was all said and done. Trent a little outside. Riddle can't quite stretch out to grab that one. Seeing the Bedford North Lawrence guys walk through. They've got the same kind of retro jerseys that the Athenians are wearing for this game, so maybe a theme in high school baseball teams this year. That ball's fouled back. Johnson up to count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Might have caught a little bit of the bat, and Riddle was able to squeeze it. So 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts for Trent. That's good grief. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 8, Jim.
Yep.
So
8 strikeouts. Wait.
8 strikeouts against 2 walks and
10 strikeouts. 10 strikeouts.
10. Okay,
Yeah.
All right, I'm missing a little bit. So I've got 2 walks and an error. I got 1 hit. That was the home run. No, 3 hits. I'm sorry, 3 hits. 3 hits. One of them being the home run. Leading off the bottom of the 5th for the Athenians is going to be Brendan Dow. We're trying to dig out of a 2-run hole here. We got some sloppy play there in the top of the 3rd. couple errors allowed the Flashes to load the bases, and they were able to capitalize. Couldn't pitch or dig our way out of it, and ended up giving up 2 runs there, and then the solo home run then in the 4th inning. Johnson seems to have settled back down in there in the 5th inning, found his groove, struck out all 3 hitters he faced.
Had that nice double from Abney last inning, just couldn't get things rolling.
Yeah, it came with the 2-out double, unfortunately, and it looked like it probably, the batter before that, Wendelin, looked like he got hit on the sleeve, but the umpire didn't see it that way, because I'm sure Wendelin would have scored off of that, because he would have been running with, well, I guess there only would have been 1 out at that case, so I would have thought he would have probably at least been able to make it on 3rd once he saw that the ball wasn't going to be caught. So, anyway. Well, can't undo it, so we just got to move forward here. Dow looks at 2 straight balls.
Dow at bat before we get back to the top of the batting order here. Trent coming up on deck.
Sir, he's looking. At this point, the game is on as far as taking pitches until you see a strike, trying to get on base, get some runners, and as soon as I say that, sure enough, see a strike from the pitcher. Dow bunts. That ball might be trouble. Oh, rolls just about 4 inches foul there. If they would have, that would have stayed fair, I think Dow could have ended up on 2nd base. It was the middle of the infield just completely vacated on that. Dow steps back in on the 2-2 count. Wind's picked back up here. Swing and a miss. And the ball is thrown out into left field.
Trent Johnson.
Well, in case you didn't hear what Dave Raynard had to say there, it brings up the top of the order, Trent Johnson. Looking to get something started here in the bottom of the 5th with 1 out. Fouls one off.
He's had a couple nice hits here. That single in the 1st, and
ball rides in on him there a little bit high.
Flew out there in the 3rd to center field.
Yes, nice shot. Just couldn't quite get it into the gap enough. There's another one that might have got him. There you go. He's going to get 2 off that, no problem. Coach Froge tells him to slam on the brakes. That ball looked like it hit at the warning track and bounced to the fence. Johnson with a stand-up double. So here we go. Brings up Carson Scott. So tying run at the plate here. 1 out. Curious to see.
The left fielder, Carson
staying on the left side of the plate here. He might try to bunt down the 3rd base line. We're going to have a conference call out on the mound here. Coach Rocky wants to make sure that his squad is clear on who's doing what and when and how exactly this is supposed to go down. So, no, he's going to actually make a pitching change. Wow. Did not see that coming. Number 9. So I get for not peeking down into the Franklin Central bullpen. Josh Hammond, senior. southpaw. So I'll be curious to see if Carson, he might flip around and bat right-handed. So not sure what the game was there, but I hadn't really noticed a drop-off from control or velocity. So
strikeout, Dell's strikeout, that's just his third of the game.
Yeah, that's shows the breaking ball there. It's got a big drop to it. You guys be aware of that. Looks not a real meaty kid out there on the mound.
Kind of scrawny, isn't he?
Say, a couple of. Say he might go $150 if they threw a couple of rolls of quarters in his back pocket. So. Tall, lanky kid.
Ladies and gentlemen, the new pitcher for Franklin Central is number 9, left-hander Josh Hammond.
Ball rides up on Carson. Ball 1. Who, just as I said, switched around to the right side of the, so he's batting right-handed there. Ball 2. Coach Froge sends in the signal. This might be fake bunt. Shortstop standing on the bag, breaks off. That ball's, oh no. Huh, this is automatic take here. Put Caden up with 2 on. Who wouldn't want that situation? That might have just been a gimme there. And didn't look any better than the first 3 that he threw.
Is that something Scott's been able to do his whole life?
I know that he's worked at it, yeah, so I think it's ball's down in the dirt. So free ride for Carson Scott following Johnson's shot out to the Crawfordsville sign out there in left center. 2 on for big Caden Jones.
Caden Jones.
Kind of surprised we didn't get the hammer out of Dave on that call. So see what Caden can do here. That ball is low and away. So 5 pitches and 4 balls thrown here for the senior on the bump for the Flashes. Another, it wasn't just me that groaned on that one, folks. That was kind of the collective sigh from the crowd. That was, even if it was over the plate, it was pretty low. Caden drives that one, and snared by the left fielder, makes a nice throw in. So Caden tried to poke one out there to left. So 2 away. Runners on first and second. Brings up Chase.
Chase Dowell.
And again, here you're just looking at this point to try to scratch one of those runs back, not waste Trent out there. So hopefully Chase can do what he's been doing the whole season and just find a spot to hide a baseball out there in the outfield.
You about had one over here, that good kid.
Yeah.
Over in right field.
Yeah.
For it there.
Total horizontal there, kind of. Swings over the top of that one. He wanted to take the lead with that cut. So. Throw in time over to first base. So again, Athenians able to put some runners on, but not able to push them across the plate. So
that's where the game gets frustrating, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Got opportunities you just can't capitalize, and that's, the top of the order. You'd like to think that those are the guys that are going to make it happen for you.
Caden had a nice look there.
Yeah. Just unfortunately right at the guy. But I think it bodes well if this is the pitching we're going to see for the last 2 innings. I don't know if they've got a closer per se. Not a lot of high schools are really set up that way. Able to get a good look at this guy and hopefully figure him out these last 2 innings and get back into this. Johnson back out on the bump. The flag's been brought out. So we got the rally flag going here. Now we're going to have to be careful with that when we play Carmel. They might mistake that, or if we end up playing Carmel, I should say. I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but if we end up playing Carmel.
So going into the 6th inning here, we're starting with Josh Hammond, the pitcher. Just entered the game the bottom half of the last inning for Chris Ford.
The pitcher, Josh Hammond.
He might be the skinniest guy out there on the field.
Close between him and Kellerman. Oh, Josh makes a play on it. Gets past him. That's going to be a double. So, nice hustle by Blackburn. Got his glove on it, but just wasn't able to snare the ball. So, let's see a courtesy runner.
The courtesy runner at second base is number 21, Jack Smith.
Let's see. Now, other than the number, I'm not sure you can tell those 2 guys apart. Another skinny guy for the Flashes.
Probably quick.
Yeah, you would think that they want a little bit of insurance here. Johnson able to fire one in there for strike 1. Ball inside and low. Evens count, 1-1. Trent fires another strike in there. Evens count 2-2. The runner at second base is doing everything he can to distract Johnson. He's all over the place. He's like, that ball rides inside. Full count. Riddle able to stay with that one. Move. That's going to be fouled off. Kellerman can't quite get to it. Just deep enough.
Carmel and Bedford North Lawrence coming up in the next game. When's the first pitch this evening? 6 o'clock?
I think, if I remember correctly, it goes, 6 for the championship game. The consolation game's at 3:30. Okay. Oh, we got him. Guys, he's out. All that dancing around. All that got you was out, son. So it erases the nice hit there. So next up, Dancing with the Stars with moves like that. So it's popped way up and out of play. Over onto the football field. So still the full count. Ooh, up just a little must have been. Maybe Trent made a little surprise with that call. Ball might have broke just a little bit late. So 1 out and 1 on.
Wind's picking up here again.
Yeah, wind's gusting. That ball, nice job by Dow to knock it down. Abney, and a double play. Give Brendan Dowell's face the assist there. He was able to get over in front of that ball, and it ricocheted off of him straight to Abney standing on the bag, who alertly scooped it up, fired it over to first base for the double play. So with the opportune pick off of the runner there, maybe we could turn this into a little bit of momentum here, Jim. It'd be nice to see the bats come alive. Had success early, scored 1 in the bottom of the first, and just we've had guys on, but just couldn't push them across the plate. So
I was going to say, this is exactly what you needed to hopefully get a little bit of a momentum swing here going into the bottom half of the 6th.
Down to your last 6 outs here to try to scratch at least 2 runs back and extend the game. Do we start off with Blackburn here, if I'm not mistaken? Yeah. This is where, you talk about the bottom of the order doesn't necessarily lose the game for you, but certainly can help you win games. And this is where you'd like to see these guys really just step up to the challenge and say, hey, we're gonna get on base however we can, right, and then we're gonna let the guys at the top that have been driving the ball a little bit better today, we're gonna let them move us around. So this is some big time opportunity for these guys to step up and make some good things happen against a guy that's thrown just a few pitches here. So this is the first time these guys, Blackburn and Wendelin and Kellerman, have had the chance to see the tall, skinny lefty out there for the Flashes.
The center fielder, Josh Blackburn.
Again, I think we'll probably be taking pitches until we see a strike. And he gave him one right away, so Blackburn, at this point, looking to get on base. Breaking ball drops in there a little bit low. Wind really gusting now. You can hear the tent flapping around us. Blackburn saw it off, but still able to get enough of it to drive it out into left center. Scooped up and fired in, so there we go. Oh, crazy ball. Blackburn just about got caught leaning towards second as the ball squirted around their infield a little bit.
And he's hearing about it now from Coach Willard.
Yeah, everybody's, Coach Froge, I'm sure, is telling, be calm. So we'll see here if Kale will take until he sees a strike. Blackburn's still trying to get all the infield out of his britches there, I think, and his eyes as well. So he had to scramble back. So Coach Frode's checking to see if we need a runner or something. No, we're going to get trainer Doug Horton hustling out for the Athenians. No. Gets the hook, called back in. Blackburn says, I got this. I'm ready to go. All he wants to see is Wendelin. All Blackburn wants to see is Wendelin drive the ball. So see if we can get something going here. Takes a strike. Strike two. Wendell hustles down, is able to avoid the double play, so driven sharply to the third baseman, but able to field it cleanly and fire. So Blackburn is erased over there at second base and one away. On the fielder's choice, brings up Abney, who
the second baseman,
last at bat drove one out to the
beautiful double.
Yeah, fouls that first one off onto the softball field. Yeah, he drove that one all the way to the fence there in left center. Ball's up. Evens the count at 1-1. Wendell with a conservative leave over there at first base. Again, need to push her across at least one run. Throw over. Wendell able basically to fall back to the bag. He's only about a step and a half off. So, best thing that could happen there is if we get a bad throw. Left-handed, you got to keep an eye on him. He's got that natural move over to the bag, so that ball's inside. Abney gets up. 2-1 count. Ball rides in on Abney, so now up 3-1. Coach Froge down at third base imploring Abney, if this is one you can hit, drive it. Drive it like you stole it, I like to say. Fouls that one back, full count. He's on that one, came straight back, just underneath it a little bit there. You would think he's going to get Abney steps in. Fouls another one off again, not missing by much, just underneath that one. Peyton with the quick bat. He gets a hold of that one squarely. It's going to go for a while. The way the wind is blowing now, it's almost straight out to center field. Really picked up here. That ball's in on him for ball 4. So, Kellerman steps up, 1 out. Represents the go-ahead run at the plate here. Abney the tying run at first base. Wendell 180 feet away over at second. So Athenians again stringing together here some base runners. We'll see if we can, hope to goodness we can get at least one across the plate out of this opportunity. If not, at least 2.
Kellerman had a couple nice hits that just didn't fall.
Yep. Seeing the ball well today. That ball's outside. So we might see, check the name again, Hammond here, maybe struggling with his control just a little bit. Not a lot of velocity here. If he brings, he might be a bit of a nibbler when it comes to the plate anyway, not wanting to give the guys anything they can really square up. So he's trying to work the outside corners there, nibble away, get a strike here there, and induce a bad swing. So Kellerman ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Runners on first and second. And another ball outside. Not hard to see why he's taking the ball outside. He's definitely throwing or falling away from first base on that throw. It's hard to believe he's that far. I mean, he's left-handed. You expect to see that a little bit, but he's really fallen towards third base on his delivery. There's one for a strike. 3-1 count to Kellerman. Hoping to barrel one up here, I would assume. Ball in the dirt. Walks him full, so loads the bases for Dowell. So the merry-go-round is ready to spin. Let's see if Dowell can give it a ride here.
The shortstop.
Nope. Going to have a conference call out here on the mound. Okay, Jim, so I promised you a little bit of trivia here, and so we have actually sitting in the crowd today former Franklin Central baseball coach.
He's going to have to tell me that one.
Going to have to tell you that one? Oh, he's sitting over there, Wabash baseball player, and now current dean of students, Mike Raiders, is over there. So I'll give him a shout out. But if my trivia is correct, Dean Raiders started his career as the head baseball coach at Franklin Central.
When would that have been?
Oh, I'm just going to say freshly minted Wabash graduate at that point. I'm not going to tell you how old he is. So Brendan Dowell, look at the. Clip Dowell. So
we'll take that one, right?
There we go. They got him, and so this is the. Oh.
We'll take him any way we get him. We can get him.
No, they're going to send him back. Say it didn't hit him.
Really?
And that's a long. You would think the guy that's right behind the plate would have a much better shot at it than the other guy. I guess win, lose, or draw, it's still a ball.
Well, I'm using a pen here, so I need them to go back.
Yeah, Coach Froge, if he's smart here, he's going to say, "Tell me what you saw," because I'd want to hear it. You know, I don't see a lot of sense, and from my days of coaching, you don't go out and argue, but you definitely want to say, at least tell me what you saw, and have him come in here and tell me what he saw. So anyway. And ball 2. Oh, did they call that a strike? First pitch on Dowell, a strike?
Really?
Wow. Didn't see that at all.
Go from hit player to
a strike. Well, unless I could see that maybe that but he didn't come around. He actually twisted backwards.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you call that anything but a ball. I'm not familiar enough with the rules, I guess. Maybe there's something that... Baseball squirts back to the backstop from the Franklin Central bullpen. It causes a momentary delay there. So bases juiced for Brendan Dowell. 1 out. 2 balls, 1 strike. Looking to get the Athenians on the board here in a big way. So nice gap in right center field towards the Athenian side there if he could find that. That ball is low. So 3-1. Sign comes in for Coach Froge. High and outside on Dowell. So Wendland trots in from third. Makes the ball game 3-2. Bases juice for Johnson, who absolutely crushed the ball. If you can see it on the video there, all the way out to the flag there at the C in Crawfordsville in left center. So probably couldn't, I think that was him, couldn't hit it much harder without actually hitting it out last time. So
really set up for a potential run there in the last inning, but couldn't get.
Yeah, he ended up with an easy stand-up double out of it. So we're going to have a pitching change here. And this might be, you mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, Jim. Not many pitching staffs in the state as deep as Crawfordsville, and this might be where Franklin Central starts to maybe unravel. And you think he's probably holding a couple guys back, because he doesn't have just to think about the second game today, but he's probably in the middle of his conference. Started off on his conference schedule as well, and you would think that going for the conference championships are important to most coaches. So.
I'm not quite sure who this is.
22, not on the roster. So, it's interesting because I noticed that not a particularly big squad brought over here, and yet we still don't have numbers for all of them.
Cam Leach.
Cam Leach.
Listed.
All right. Yeah, the wind really blowing out. You can see the flags in the outfield there stretched. Still a bit of a swirl to it, but more kind of if you see the Athenian sign is out there in right center, most of the time the wind's kind of blowing that direction. I can see over the flag over in front of the school building itself would appear to be that's where we're seeing the gust head that direction as well. So couldn't really ask for much more here. You would think this guy coming in out of the bullpen asked to stop the bleeding here. Johnson's just got to be licking his chops for a chance to, give himself some breathing room on the mound. If he can break this thing open, he knows that he's only 3 outs away from seeing the championship game. So it's
number 22, Cam Leach.
Cam Leach. So you called it, Jim. Nice job with the research there.
I just looked at the lineup.
Well.
I cheated.
I wasn't going to call you out on the air. I was going to say good future in analytics or something like that. You can quickly research that deep, but oh well. Here we go. Trent Johnson steps to the dish, looking to at least tie the game, if not give the Athenians the lead. Fresh meat on the mound for Johnson. That ball's high. Yeah.
Looks like he's actually seen some of the most time on the mound.
Really? Okay, so
5 strikeouts on the year in those 4 games, 4 innings.
That ball's up 0-2. So Coach Rocky maybe trying to preserve the win here when in this particular situation, bring in the guy that's got some innings. Oh. Not quite sure about that call. Trent not standing real close to the plate, but a little chat there. I think the umpire's letting them know. So here we go, 2-1 count to Johnson. That got him. So the merry-go-round spins again. Abney trots in to tie the game at 3. Base is still loaded, 1 out. Brings up Carson Scott. This is going to bat left-handed.
The left fielder, Carson Scott.
And at this point, you got to be thinking, just gonna get on however he can and try and get the hammer up. That's gonna score a run. Better get down. He's safe. Got under the tag. That's right. Complain all you want. There's no replay on that, and he was safe anyway, son. His hand touched the plate well before you got that down. Coach Rocky wants an explanation, but yeah, he was there before the tag, and he got under it anyway. So Athenians opportunistically advance on the pass ball. So short leash right there. Hands the ball to was that the first base? It's not the first baseman, is it? It brings in a lefty.
I think it might be another number I don't have.
So, off to the research department we go. No, 13, Max Weber, senior.
I don't know where he came. He must have.
I think he snuck out of the dugout on us there, Jim, because he got there in a hurry, and I was like, well, where did he come from? He's not the first baseman, but, yeah. So, anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, the new pitcher for Franklin Central is number 13, Max Weber.
Oh. Crowd really starting to fill out here. We're getting even more. So I would think most of the teams. Now Bedford's a ways away, might not have traveled as well, but with Franklin and Carmel just being an hour away, you would think we'd really see a good crowd. And I'm sure the Crawfordsville's faithful will stick around to do their own version of scouting. No shortage of fans.
So how do you officially score that in terms of number of innings pitched? No strikeouts in that.
No outs either. So
or no outs. I mean,
I can poke around the corner here. I can ask my father-in-law, Larry Bazzani, because he's the walking encyclopedia of baseball reference. But I'm not sure, Jim. I can't answer that for you.
The left fielder, Carson Scott.
Well, this guy on the mound now hardly has any time on the mound.
And Carson has done exactly what I suspected he'd do. He's flipped over to bat right-handed against the left. Yeah, he's a switch hitter, Duggar. I've already talked about it. So we'll see here. We got an open bag for him, but I'm sure, again, he's looking to drive the ball here. Oh, way outside. So Carson, should be ball 2, yeah. Took the first one batting left-handed, the second one right-handed. So different position, same result. Another ball high and outside. And a lot of activity down in the Athenian bullpen. We still got one guy throwing down in the Franklin Central bullpen as well. Another ball outside. So 4 straight pitches to Carson Scott from 2 different pitchers. Loads the bases again for Caden. And let's just say the table is set because we've got the wind is picked back up. I'm looking at the flags. If anybody can hit it to the parking lot here, it's going to be Caden Jones. That ball rides in on him. Oh, strike. Didn't see that. Caden just kind of smiles. He's come back for another one. He said, all right.
1-2-7.
Hits that one hard to the second baseman on the ground. Scoops it up. Throws over to first. But again, another run for the Athenians as Dowell scoots across from third base. So 2 away. Jones gets the RBI on the fielder's choice there.
The third baseman, Chase Dowell.
Should put the Athenians, scoreboard's going the wrong way there. Should be 5-3 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That ball bounces up, and Johnson's standing 90 feet away, but no opportunity there. Just drops right back down in front of the catcher. So you got good wheels here. If Dowell's able to find a little bit of the outfield, Scott easily scores because with 2 out, he's leaving on the crack of the bat. And there it is. Not quite hard enough to get through. So good inning for the Athenians. They're able to put 4 runs, take the lead back. So 3 outs away from advancing to the championship game. You would think that they'll send Johnson back out to slam the door here. Where are we in the order, Jim, for the Flashes?
Southwood, so we're 2 away from getting back
So
to the
8,
top.
9, and top. So I don't know what kind of damage they've been able to do against Trent so far, but if you got to think that his pitch count's got to be low enough at this point.
No, he singled and struck out the batter that's coming up first.
Okay.
Then we had that home run.
Yeah. The golf, the 3-iron out to center field there. Yeah, Johnson back out on the bump. Any commentary from the crowd, Duggar? We got what do we got online here? A lot of times you can see in the stats we got some people watching out there. So shout out to all you that unfortunately weren't able to get out. The sun has definitely poked out here on the Athenian complex. Few puffy white clouds working their way across from west to east, but great day out here. I would think we've got to be approaching 80 degrees. So beautiful weather. Good baseball. The Athenians, again, showing just some determination there. Not going to go quietly. Scrapping out runs however they can and just keep chipping away. They had some opportunities earlier. Weren't able to push runs across with runners in scoring position. And then, didn't give up. Heart of a champion there, Jim, just to say, hey, we're not going to walk away from this one. We want the W. So hats off to them.
Things kind of fell apart there for Franklin Central, but they were able to score 4 runs there on...
Ball's in there for a strike.
4 runs there on just 1 hit there last inning.
That's just kind of grinding things out. That's the Athenians just making the trying to work through the pitchers and I'd ask on that one. Oh, don't get it. Ooh. Don't know about that. That's all we can do, though. Now back for the next one. Johnson brings that one in high and inside. Backs number 2 off the plate. Not sure about the count. Yeah, there they go. They're adjusting the scoreboard out there. Johnson taking his time, collecting himself. 2 balls and 1 strike. Foul tip, evens the count. 2-2.
Ladies and gentlemen, left fielder for Crawfordsville.
I don't. We're not. Thank you very much for offering it. No, we're going to take a pause. Appreciate that. So, strike out there. We're a little chat with the Bedford North Lawrence coaching staff. We are not going to broadcast the second game here today. We're going to take a pause, and I would think at this point we probably won't come back on the field or on the air until the Athenians show up, which at this point, if we can get 2 more outs, is going to be, there's another strike from Johnson. We'll be back on the air if we can, 2 more outs. 6 o'clock is the championship game. Ball squirts away on the swing and a miss, so Johnson up 0-2 on this. This is the clubbed home run to center field at the last at bat. 0-2 count. Strike 3. So you got the total on strikeouts here for Johnson. It's got we're easily double digits. 1 away. 12 Ks. 12 Ks and 4 hits. Excuse me, everybody. I apologize for that. Oh. Riddle's wanting a different glove here for what might be the last at bat. Looks like he might have had a wardrobe malfunction there for Riddle. Tighten everything up. So 2 away here in the top of the 7th. The Athenians have battled back to claim a 5-3 lead over the Franklin Central Flashes. That ball comes inside. Two 2-0 count to the leadoff.
Come on, TJ.
3-0, so this, you would think this is the automatic take. It's a telling signal from the Franklin Central coach. Put his hand on the shoulder, probably indicating just leave the bat on the shoulder. So Trent burns one in there, 3-1 count. Foul tip. So full count. Nobody on, 2 away. 1 pitch here would send the Athenians to the championship game at 6 o'clock. Comebacker straight to Johnson, alertly. Snares it, flips it over to Kellerman. So, there you go. 1-2-3. Ball game over. Athenians do what they needed to do in the bottom of the 6th inning to battle back and win this game 5-3 over the Franklin Central Flashers. So we're able to just stick with the game plan, keep putting the ball in play, get runners on. We're going to grind this win out however we can. Not flashy by any stretch of the imagination. A lot of deep hit balls, but excuse me, just good baseball, good Athenian baseball. A couple errors early in the game and then tighten things up. And let Trent do what he needed to do and just shut down the Franklin Central bats.
We'll be back online at 5:45.
Okay, so I'm just getting the word from our man with the plan, Justin Duggar here, telling me we will be back on the air at 5:45 for the Athenians and whoever makes it out of this next game between the number 1 ranked 4A Carmel Greyhounds and the Bedford North Lawrence baseball team here. So that game's getting ready to get started, and then like I said, whoever makes it out of that. So you could have a number 1 3A versus a number 1 4A showdown for the championship game. And Athenians looking for a little bit of revenge. Last year, the Greyhounds beat us in the first game of this tournament last year, so certainly looking a little bit of revenge there. But if you're in the neighborhood, please come on out, support the Athenians, see some great baseball. So I'm going to wrap it up. Jim, any quick stats you want to throw out there? Maybe just let's give 5 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors by the Athenians, 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors for the Flashes. I think that's wrong. I think they had at least 1 on the drop ball out there, misplayed ball in left field. But Johnson really kind of, as Trent went, so the 13 strikeouts, is that what I heard, or 12?
12. Yeah,
12 strikeouts for Trent Johnson. Probably really the story of the game there. So
yeah.
All right. Well, with that, we're going to wrap it up, and we will be back on the air 5:45. Thank you all for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your day.